Disclaimer. The following video is a non-profit fandom made for the fall 2016 Voice and Diction class of Moorpark College, giving this video educational value. Therefore, it is protected under Section 107 of United States copyright laws of fair use. Now, keep in mind that Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is owned by Capcom, and the Ace Attorney I Object to That Truth anime is owned by A1 Pictures. Please support the official release, if there ever is one in your country. So, without further ado...
Objection! Okay, let's do this! I'm ready to audition for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney!
Steven.
Yo, what's up, Phil?
We already cast the dub.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Oh, well, I'll just, see myself out then.
Yeah. See you around, Steven.
You too, Phil.
So, if there are no further objections, enjoy the show.
It's 2 o'clock, I think.
I've got to find someone to pin this on. That's it. The guy will be perfect.
In the criminal justice system, modifications have been made to the courts. Suspects that are considered especially heinous are given only 3 days to have their innocence or guilt proven. The fate of the suspects rests in the hands of the attorneys debating the evidence. These are their stories.
Phoenix, where in the world could you be?
Excuse me! Sorry about being late, Mia.
Trial starts at 10. I hope you're ready for this.
I am! Forgive me so much for making you wait here so long, Chief.
It's alright. After all, this is my beloved subordinate's first ever trial. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Right.
I'm actually impressed. You're the first rookie I know that would dare take on a homicide trial so adamantly right off the bat.
I don't just want to do this, I need to do this. It's all because I owe him a favor.
A favor? To the defendant?
Yes. Honestly, Chief, I actually kind of owe my current job right now. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him. In any way that is possible. That is my client, Larry Butz. We've been best friends since grade school. Phoenix Wright! I'm telling you it wasn't me! Hey, you're gripping too hard! Not me, Phoenix! I'm sorry, Larry. I believe you 100%. But the newspapers have already convicted you.
Phoenix, is that person the reason why you decided to become an attorney?
Yes, he's a good guy. But he's known to have some terrible luck about him.
Oh.
He also has a terrible attitude.
That's probably why his luck is terrible.
Regardless, you must believe in his innocence till the end. That is what's most important.
Right.
All rise for the judge.
Court is officially now in session. This is for the trial of a certain Mr. Larry Butz.
The prosecution is now ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor.
Then your opening statement, Mr. Payne.
Yes, of course, Your Honor. The victim is Cindy Stone, a 22-year-old model. She was found dead in her apartment living room. The autopsy concludes that she was murdered at the scene. The time of death is estimated to be 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. The cause? A blunt force trauma to the head, with this statue of the Thinker. I now present this to the court as evidence.
Accepted. But I must say, this is indeed a modern thinker.
It's Rodin, not modern.
I made this present with all of my heart, soul, and love!
Oh, so it's handmade, is it?
For the record, we found that Mr. Butz's fingerprints were on the weapon.
Ah! Impossible!
You made it by hand, dude. Of course your fingerprints are all over it.
Phoenix Wright! Let me state my case, man. At this rate, I'm gonna be found guilty!
The prosecution would also like to call the defendant to testify.
Very well. You may proceed.
Oh, hell yeah!
It looks like your friend has a foul mouth to go with his terrible luck and attitude.
Now, Mr. Butz, it seems like you were recently dumped by the victim.
Hey! Watch it, buddy! We were the greatest couple of the 20th century.
The 20th century ended a long time ago, dude.
But lately she'd been ignoring my calls, just a bit. And standing me up, just a bit.
That, Mr. Butz, is generally what we call being dumped.
Shut up with your nonsense!
Well, then you knew about her trip overseas, didn't you, Mr. Larry Butz?
To trip overseas? That's news to me.
This is the victim's passport. This passport says she returned from New York the day before the murder. We also found this photograph taken during the trip.
My present.
I present these two items to the court as evidence, Your Honor.
Accepted.
Huh? Whoa, hang on a second! Who's the jerk who took that photo?
The man with whom she went, of course.
Oh, no!
Please, Larry, stop saying that word.
And that, Your Honor, is our motive. The defendant heard about this and murdered the victim in a rage.
Yes, that is quite the clear motive.
Wait, what? Wait a second! I didn't do it, I'm telling you guys!
By the way, on the day of the murder, did you visit the unwitting victim's apartment?
Maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
I can hardly bear how dumb our defendant is at playing dumb.
You don't remember? Well then, let me remind you, Mr. Butz. The defendant is lying, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call its key witness to the stand. A Mr. Frank Sahwit, Your Honor.
They've got a witness.
Order! Order in the court! Bring in the witness.
Hello!
It is about to get real, Phoenix Wright.
Hello!
They've got a witness.
Please state your name and occupation.
My name is Mr. Frank Sahwit. My job is selling newspaper subscriptions.
Mr. Sahwit, please tell the court everything you saw on the day of the murder. You may speak.
Yes. That day, I went to the apartments to sell some papers. That is when I saw a suspicious man hurry out of the apartments in question. It was that funny-looking man who was sitting right over there.
Dang it, Larry. Why wasn't I told of this?
I found that quite strange, so I decided I could have a look inside the apartment. And what did I see lying on the floor but a woman, dead? I was way too scared to even go inside. So I rushed to the nearest payphone to call the police to report on the situation. The time was 2:00 p.m.
2 o'clock.
A payphone, you say? Didn't the apartment have a phone?
There was a phone near the front door, but the area had a blackout that day from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., so he couldn't have used it.
That sure does explain why he had to use a payphone.
A blackout.
How of that, Your Honor? You could hardly ask for a more conclusive testimony.
What's the matter?
It's nothing.
The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Yes!
So, it's time to shine. You really believe your client is innocent? The witness must have lied in the testimony. Compare the testimony to the evidence. A contradiction is bound to be in there. You'll have to find it.
Contradiction?
That's right. The evidence will hold all the keys to the answers. Find them.
You got it. I'll give it a shot. Your Honor, just now there was a clear contradiction in that testimony.
Oh, and where exactly would it be found?
Well, you see, I meant we should put all of our heads together and find it ourselves.
What is so funny? Right now you've got to stop laughing, and you've got to start thinking.
All right. The autopsy report. This is... All right, then.
Let us try this over again. Cross-examine.
You say you found the body at 2 o'clock. Are you sure of that, Mr. Sahwit?
Yes, of course, I'm sure.
But according to the autopsy report, the victim's estimated time of death was sometime after 4 o'clock. Is this not a clear contradiction?
Oh!
Brilliantly spotted, Phoenix Wright.
Explain yourself, witness.
Yes, of course. In the apartment, I heard the time being announced. She must have been watching TV or something.
Oh, that makes sense.
But wait, wasn't there a blackout at the time of 2 o'clock p.m.? The television couldn't have been playing anything during that time.
Ah, my apologies. I was mistaken. I heard the clock speak. It was that table clock right over there.
The table clock?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, fine sir. That man used that thinker clock to kill that poor woman.
Your Honor, if I may, this thinker is indeed a clock. Twist the neck, and it appears to say the time out loud.
What do you have to say about my genius idea?
Mentioned this stuff earlier. So if you twist the neck, it says the time? Mr. Sahwit, I think you are lying. In your testimony, did you not say...
I was way too scared to even go inside.
You could have only known that this is a clock if you heard it announce the time. That's right. You actually did hear this clock on that day. It was when you entered the apartment and used the headpiece to strike the victim.
It's 2 o'clock, I think.
The sound of that clock must have surprised you immensely. And the time was then burned into your memory. Tell me if I am wrong.
How does the witness respond?
I mean, I never said that.
Shut up and quit your yammering and nitpicking! I saw it all with my own eyes! It was him! He's the one who killed the woman! That man!
Order! Choose your words wisely, witness. Well now then, can you, the defense, prove that the witness heard the time from this thinker clock during the day of the murder?
Well, I think...
The solution is simple. Let's sound the clock right here and right now, in this very court.
Right.
The time is 9:25, I think.
Now isn't that a rodent way to announce the time?
Great, isn't it? What do you think of my genius voice acting?
But just how does that prove anything relevant in this case?
9:25? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is right now?
Now? It is 11:25.
The clock is 2 hours slow.
Mr. Sahwit's testimony was also 2 hours off. In other words, he heard the clock during the time of the murder. I'm sure of it! You used this clock to kill Cindy Stone!
That's an amusing story, I'll grant you that. Certainly it looks like the clock is running 2 hours slow right now, but that doesn't mean it was running slow on the day of the murder, now does it? Well, how about it? Give an answer to that! If you can't prove that, you have no case! What do you think of me now, Mr. Lawyer?
Phoenix Wright!
How do you respond, defense?
Phoenix, you can't back down here.
Am I going to fail you, Larry? After coming so close to discovering the truth.
Objection!
Huh?
Well, if you do not have proof, I cannot allow the witness to be indicted of the crime.
Ha! Here I come, all the way here to testify. Suddenly now I'm being accused of murder. You attorneys are all scum.
Forgive me, Larry.
Then this concludes the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sahwit.
Hold it!
Whoa!
Chief Mia?
Now is the time to laugh, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The best time for an ace attorney to laugh is when he's in a pinch. Don't you give up, Phoenix. Not till the very end.
Defense, say your statement now or never. Well, defense, do you have anything to say?
Mia, can you think of any way the thinker clock could have been slow on the day of the incident?
Turn your thinking right around.
Turn it around?
That's right, Phoenix. Try to figure out why the clock was running 2 hours slow in the first place. I know you can do it, Phoenix, Wright.
2 hours. 2 hours.
Well then, it seems the defense has nothing to add to this case after all.
2 hours!
This concludes the cross-examination.
Objection!
The real reason why the thinker clock was running so slow was this! Right here!
So? What does that picture have to do with it?
Japan's time zone is different than the US. According to her passport, the victim had just returned home on the day of the incident. I should inform you that the time difference from New York to Japan is 14 hours. So when it's 4 p.m. here, it's 2 a.m. there. And forget the PMs.
It's exactly a 2-hour difference.
The victim took the thinker clock with her on her trip. However, she never got the chance to even reset it. That's why the time you heard that day was exactly 2 hours off. How's that, Mr. Did It?
Arrest that murderer immediately!
This sucker's going to jail!
As a newspaper salesman, Frank Sahwit had been burglarizing homes when the residents were away. But the victim returned home when he was in her apartment. And that's what led to the murder.
It's 2 o'clock, I think.
Order! Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Your Honor.
I must say I'm quite impressed with your performance today. In your first trial, you even discovered the crime's true culprit.
Ah, geez. Thanks a bunch, Your Honor.
I shall now hand down the verdict. Not guilty.
Hell no! And congratulations, Phoenix Wright.
It's all thanks to you, Chief Mia.
And with all of this settled, court is adjourned.
Phoenix Wright! You're my friggin' hero, man!
Congratulations, Mr. Harry Butz.
My name's Larry, not Harry.
Huh? Could you repeat that, Mr. Harry?
Well, it's, never mind. Thank you so much for your help! I will remember this for the rest of my life.
Larry, I was the one who rescued you.
That's right! Please, accept this from me.
Isn't that the case's murder weapon?
No, not at all. It's the same thing, but not really. I made 2 of them, and this one's mine.
Ah.
So please accept this memento!
Then I suppose I'll take you up on it. Thank you.
I loved her, man! How could she betray me like that? I'm so sad!
Larry?
I wouldn't be so sure about that conclusion.
Huh?
I know without a shadow of a doubt that she still loved you. And this clock is the proof.
All lies! Phoenix!
Oh yeah, she took the special thinker clock you made for her on her trip to New York, didn't she?
She probably didn't have any other clocks.
You really think she'd take something so bulky just because of that?
I guess you're right. You're an ace, Phoenix Wright.
Once again, congratulations on your first turnabout, Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm just glad we turned around Larry's verdict in the nick of time.
Is that why you're called attorneys?